Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 168 Hours, your weekly roundup of the top local stories. I'm Idham Naim, your host for the evening. Stay tuned. The government completes the drawing of lots to determine the location of residential plots under the Bimveria scheme in Hulumale Phase 3, following extensive revisions to the island's urban planning framework.
The draw held at Kalafan School reflects changes introduced by the Housing Development Corporation to the Hulumale Master Plan and Phase 3 land use plan in response to infrastructure concerns. Officials said the revisions were prompted by limited harbour capacity and difficulties in linking utility grids across phases. The restructuring required earlier plot allocations to be shifted with new lot numbers issued to affected recipients. The Ministry of Construction, Housing and Infrastructure confirmed that 698 plots were distributed, spanning 7 size categories. Entry to the venue was restricted to 1 representative per plot, with proxies permitted if they presented valid authorization letters and identification for both the owner and the representative. Recipients could view their allocations in real time through the Hiawahi portal and receive confirmation via SMS. The proceedings were also broadcast live, underscoring the government's emphasis on transparency. Land reclamation in Hulumale Phase 3 is progressing alongside the draw. More than 30 hectares of the planned 63-hectare area have already been reclaimed. Details regarding agreements and the formal handover of registries will be announced following the conclusion of the allocation process.
The Maldives Police Service launches a vibrant new community initiative called the Neighborhood Beach Fest, aimed at bringing people of all ages together through fun and interactive activities.
The festival offers a lively mix of beach football, water park games, fish pond, treehouse and creative drawing sessions, creating an entertaining and engaging environment for families and children. Speaking to PSM News, Rajni Shuaib, head of the Tillomala Police, emphasized that the event not only promotes recreation but also serves as a platform to educate the public about police efforts to ensuring public safety and security. Highlighting child safety in the digital age, Rajni noted the fest includes awareness campaigns on responsible internet and device use for children, with guidance for parents. With plans to expand the fest to Vilumala and Hulumale, the initiative reflects the MP's commitment to strengthening trust and fostering positive relationships between law enforcement and local communities across the Maldives.
President Dr. Mohammad Muiz declares literature and oratory essential to national advancement, contending that a society's progress depends on the cultivation of heritage and moral character.
At a recent literary awards ceremony, President Muiz argued that reverence for national traditions provides the intellectual depth and stability required for sustainable development. He noted that his government has established a Ministry of Tibehi Language, Culture and Heritage, together with a National Center for Cultural Research, institutions intended to drive an intellectual and ethical transformation. Addressing the practical challenges of cultural preservation, the President pledged support for authors facing prohibitive printing costs, a measure aimed at ensuring the continuity of Tibehi literature across generations. He also highlighted the shortage of educational digital content for children and announced a national short film competition designed to produce engaging historical and cultural material to fill that gap. President Muiz concluded by elevating handwriting competitions to national prominence and urged citizens to exercise their literary talents responsibly. He called on the public to prioritize factual accuracy and safeguard national interests, framing literature not only as an artistic pursuit but also as a moral and civic responsibility.
In a significant move aimed at easing the financial burden on low-income households, the Housing Development Corporation HDC waives all late payment penalties for rent on HIA flats developed in the second phase of Hulumale.
In a significant move aimed at easing the financial burden on low-income households, the Housing Development Corporation HDC waives all late payment penalties for rent on HIA flats developed in the second phase of Hulumale. The waiver covering penalties accrued from 2023 totals around USD 123,216. Announcing the relief, HDC Managing Director Ali Zuhair confirmed to PSM News that the decision aligns with the government's broader policy of supporting residents struggling to meet rental obligations. This comes on the heels of a recent meeting between President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu and residents of Hulumale Phase 2, during which the President pledged further financial relief, including waiving 12,970 worth of finishing work costs for HIA flood beneficiaries. Currently, out of 8,000 social housing units built in the HIA social housing project, only about 3,000 residents pay rent regularly, leaving over USD 45.4 million in unpaid dues, according to HDC. To address the growing areas and improve compliance, the government has also revised rental and security deposit structures for the 4,000 flats developed by Fahid Dirulung Corporation FDC. Effective last week, tenants of 3-bedroom flats will now pay a reduced monthly rent of USD 551 plus USD 97.3 for maintenance, totaling USD 648.51, while the security deposit has been slashed from USD 1,621.27 to USD 551.2 for 2-bedroom units. Monthly rent is set at USD 389.1 with a USD 64.9 maintenance fee, and security deposit has been cut from USD 972.8 to USD 389.1.
President Dr. Mohammad Muiz states that the government has intensified enforcement action against illegal operations in the Male area, revealing that 83 massage parlors have been closed since 9th December 2025 and 56 foreign-run businesses have been shut down over the past 3 weeks.
The President made the remarks while addressing residents of Hulumale Phase 2 during a community meeting, describing illegal massage parlors as a major social concern affecting the wider Male region. He noted that inspections and enforcement against such establishments have been given special priority during the government's community consultation meetings. President Muizzu said the closure of 83 massage parlors since the beginning of the month marks a significant rise in enforcement compared to previous years, when actions largely involved warnings or limited measures. He added that despite repeated inspections in the past, fewer than half of identified establishments were shut down. The President also stated that recent operations have led to the arrest of foreign nationals linked to these businesses, with deportation procedures currently underway. On the broader issue of illegal expatriate-run businesses, President Muizzu said the public continues to raise concerns about illegal expatriates, describing it as a growing issue. He confirmed that the Ministry of Economic Development and Trade has closed 56 foreign-operated businesses so far as part of efforts to curb unlawful business activities, and added that further measures are underway to improve the situation in line with public expectations. To address the issue nationwide, the government has established a special task force titled the National Task Force on Combating Illegal Expatriate Operations and Businesses, comprising the Ministry of Economic Development and Trade, Ministry of Homeland Security and Technology, and enforcement agencies including the Maldives Police Service and Maldives Immigration. Authorities said the task force is actively investigating suspected illegal businesses across the Maldives and taking action to suspend or shut down operations found to be in violation of the law.
Minister of Youth Empowerment, Information and Arts Ibrahim Wahid says that education and skills development are essential to prepare young people for a rapidly changing world.
The minister made the remarks while speaking at the opening ceremony of the National Youth Conference. Youth Minister said young people are the future leaders and heroes of the nation, stressing that the direction the country takes tomorrow will be shaped by the thoughts and behaviors of today's youth. He said it is therefore vital to nurture individuals who are capable of facing future challenges, grounded in good morals and strong values, and entrusted with the responsibility of national development. He noted that many young people demonstrate courage and resilience by working long hours at a young age, adding that the country needs such dedicated youth. The ministry said that energy and determination diminish with time and emphasized that success depends on action taken today rather than tomorrow. The minister reiterated the importance of strengthening education and skills development to equip youth for global changes. He said the country must also implement entrepreneurship programs that help young people realize their ideas while promoting mental and physical well-being, sports participation, and engagement in creative arts. The minister added that regardless of one's field, skills should be used for national development. He said knowledge is the most powerful tool and noted that the government is creating pathways for young people to continuously seek knowledge, share it generously, and learn with enthusiasm and courage.
President Dr. Mohammad Muiz meets with representatives of the Taxi Drivers Association to discuss pressing issues facing the sector and explore strategies for improving urban mobility.
During the meeting at the President's office today, the association highlighted challenges faced by taxi drivers and discussed ways to further improve taxi services. The association shared suggestions to enhance the registration and parking of taxi vehicles compared with the previous system and outlined immediate changes required in Malé City to help reduce traffic congestion. They also expressed their views on the taxi service to be launched by the government. Constructive discussions were held on the establishment of a comprehensive registry for taxi drivers. The president emphasized the importance of maintaining a comprehensive and up-to-date registry for taxi drivers and outlined the government's plan to provide additional facilities for those in the sector. He further assured members that the government would work closely with taxi drivers and other relevant stakeholders to address the concerns raised by the association.
Minister of Homeland Security and Technology Ali Hassan states that the newly opened customs office in Mafaro, Nuno Atoll, will improve customs services in the region and across the country.
He made the remarks at the official opening ceremony of the building. In his address, the minister highlighted that when the current government took office, about 30% of the Mafaro Customs Building project had been completed. The new administration made the project a top priority, reflecting President Dr. Mohammad Muiz's focus on customs and regional development, he said. The minister emphasized that as the services of Mafaro International Airport continued to expand, ensuring the safety and security of the airport is important. He noted that while one of the main responsibilities of customs is to ensure the safety and security of goods and passengers entering the country, the new office will enhance airport services and provide additional customs services to the region, including import and export declarations and clearance of goods. Minister Ihsan also highlighted the importance of making customs services more convenient and accessible to the public through technological advances. He also praised Maldives Customs Service for its efforts in seizing illegal goods and enforcing laws. The new customs office building at Mafaro, Nuno Atoll, has been inaugurated. The building was opened by Minister of Homeland Security and Technology Ali Ihsan. The construction is part of the government's policy to decentralize and expand customs services in the atolls. The new building will provide full customs services for passengers and goods arriving at Mafaro, especially supporting the high-end resorts in Nuno Atoll and facilitating faster documentation and release of imported goods. With the increasing number of flights at Mafaro International Airport, the new building will play a crucial role in handling passengers and cargo efficiently. The 6,557 square foot building, constructed at a cost of $561,698 includes office space for 20 officers, accommodation for 25 officers, and a meeting room.
President Dr. Mohammad Muiz announces that his administration is drafting a comprehensive cybersecurity act to be introduced next year, a direct response to the alarming surge in online crimes that have become a major public concern nationwide.
The president's commitment follows growing anxieties from citizens, including youth, who recently highlighted the issue during a coffee with the president session. The nation has witnessed a sharp increase in complaints, including sophisticated financial scams, large-scale monetary theft, online harassment, and other malicious acts conducted on digital platforms. President Muizu said that a lot of significant steps are scheduled to be taken next year to explicitly address the current legal void to combat cybercrime. This new legislation is designed to serve as the foundational framework for the National Cybersecurity Agency, established last year, enabling it to function at its full capacity. The law will also pave the way for the creation of a dedicated cyber incident response team and specialized training programs to equip professionals with the skills to combat digital threats effectively. This domestic initiative is bolstered by the Maldives' international stance, having been one of the first nations to join the United Nations Conventions Against Cybercrime, signaling a concerted effort to tackle cyber threats both at home and through global cooperation.
President Dr. Mohamed Muiz states the future can be made brighter by listening to the voice of the youth today.
He made the remarks at the Youth Coffee with the President Forum, held to present youth ideas and discussions. During the forum, President Muiz said that youth play a vital role in the development of the country. He emphasized that every view shared by the youth is important and expressed his commitment to listen to their concerns and suggestions. Speaking on issues raised by the youth present at the forum, the President said adequate opportunities were not available for the youth in the past. However, the current government is committed to changing this narrative. The President said the youth participation in decision-making at all levels will facilitate sustainable and meaningful development and is crucial in shaping the country's future. He welcomed the concept of a youth parliament and assured that he would explore the idea. Following the forum, youth made presentations to share their concerns, and the President discussed efforts made to address the important issues they raised.
The Maldives Vice President Hussein Mohamed Latif says that the government is preparing to host international competitions in the Maldives.
In a statement given to PSM News, the Vice President affirmed that the government is working swiftly without pause to make this vision a reality and that he is hopeful that Maldivians will benefit from this prerogative. He said that the government has made significant strides in the development of sports such as volleyball, football, futsal, among others. In addition to activities held in capital Malé, sports competitions are being held throughout the country, showing Maldivians' never-ending enthusiasm for sports. One of the government's biggest goals is to host an international games competition on home soil. The government is partnering with sports associations as well as working to provide the necessary facilities for such an event to take place. In 2025, the Maldives hosted the Women's Kawa Cup, the Under-19 Regional Basketball Tournament, and the ITF and ATF tennis competitions, demonstrating that the Maldives is a suitable host for international competitions. The first Commonwealth Beach Handball Championship was also held successfully in Kurudufushi City, marking a significant milestone for the nation in terms of sports in the international sporting arena. More sporting facilities are proposed to be constructed in 2026, including a national surfing stadium, an Olympic-sized pool, and tennis arena in the Hurumala Sports Complex. In addition to this, a national football stadium is planned to be constructed in Hurumala Phase 1. The Vice President said that hosting international competitions in the Maldives will be beneficial and elevate the image of the nation.
Maldives and China signs a development cooperation deal worth $85 million. The agreement signed is intended to support Maldives' key development priorities over the coming years.
At a ceremony held this morning at Maldives' Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdullah Khalil, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Maldives, signed the agreement on behalf of the Government of Maldives, while Mr. Kong Xianhua, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Maldives, signed on behalf of the Government of China. Senior officials from the Ministry of Finance and Planning, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and other distinguished guests were also in attendance. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Maldives Foreign Minister Dr. Abdullah Khalil said the agreement reflected long-standing ties and cooperation between the Maldives and China. He noted that Chinese assistance had contributed to several major development projects in the Maldives over recent decades, including housing developments in Hurumala, support for the health sector, growth in tourism arrivals, and the construction of the China-Maldives Friendship Bridge. According to the minister, funding under the agreement will prioritize three main projects: the development of the China-Maldives Friendship Hospital in Vilimale, road development in Male and Vilimale, and the construction of 50 island council buildings nationwide. Dr. Khalil expressed appreciation to the Chinese government for its continued support and said the Maldives would continue to work closely with China on development initiatives. China's ambassador to the Maldives, Kong Xianhua, said Beijing would continue to support the Maldives' development agenda and emphasized China's commitment to strengthening bilateral cooperation through the implementation of agreed projects.
In a significant move to empower local businesses, the government announces the decision by President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu to offer a comprehensive package of concessions aimed at supporting small and medium enterprises, SMEs, over the next 2 years.
The announcement was made by the Minister of Economic Development and Trade, Muhammad Saeed, during a press conference at the President's office. The decision follows a recent meeting between President Muizzu and SME representatives, where business owners voiced their challenges and concerns. Minister Saeed emphasized that the government will address these issues through coordinated efforts involving key agencies such as the Maldives Inland Revenue Authority, Maldives Customs Service, Maldives Ports Limited, and Maldives Airports Company Limited. As part of the support, a dedicated fund of $32.4 million will be allocated to SMEs next year. Over the past 2 years, the government has already disbursed $22.6 million in small loans to 595 businesses across 10 key sectors, including women-led enterprises, mariculture, fisheries, and tourism. Additionally, the Ministry of Finance and Planning has settled $843.1 million in outstanding bills, with $324.3 million directed to SMEs. To ease foreign exchange access, Bank of Maldives has increased dollar support, offering up to 50% TT for bills under $2,500, up to 30% for those between $2,500 and $5,000, and 15% of amounts above $5,000 at the official exchange rate. MIRA has also enhanced outreach, providing tax guidance to 2,291 small businesses in the Male area and introducing relief measures for those with unpaid tax obligations.
The government decides to increase the financial assistance provided to single parents to $195 per child, in line with President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu's presidential pledge.
Addressing the financial difficulties faced by single parents in raising their children was a key pledge in President Dr. Mohamed Muizzu's election manifesto. In October this year, the president announced that the allowance would be increased to $195 from next year. In line with this pledge, the regulations on the single-parent allowance program has now been amended accordingly and gazetted. Under the previous regulations, single parents received an allowance of $65 per child with a maximum monthly payment of $649. However, with the new amendment, single parents with up to 4 children will now receive $195 per child, amounting to $778 per month for families with 4 children. Under the new rule, the maximum monthly allowance will be $973, amounting to $11,676 per year. According to figures released by the Maldives Bureau of Statistics on World Children's Day, 5,443 individuals are currently registered for single parent allowance through the National Social Protection Agency and SPA.
That's it for the evening. Thank you for watching 168 Hours.
කුරියගේ දායිරායින් රාජ්‍යයෙන් හෝදමුන්දා කුරියරුන්තා
ಹತ್ತಾಗ್ತರೆಗ ಫಾಹಕೊಲಬೆ ವಿಎಫ್ಆರ್ ಹಬರ್ದಕ ಕಂಫರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಂಕುರಮಗೆಂದ ಮಸ್ಸೆಗೆತ
इक्तसादी वजीर विदालवी कुरियंग वेतिंग हरु राज्य के माली निजाम अंगन्नाने बदल तकाकुले रंगलु फिस्कल अंदाजा तकें हदा एगरी
बदरुन जागा थनवस कुरुमा कागो गेनेस बेहेट्टेने मुद्दतु वरंग अवह कुडकुर वानकम
तेओ अळंज हेवारु इतुरवे फावा कमशा एहें कमन राज्य अमिकम दे फादा कुराने कमा
कास्ट्रो लुब्रिकेंट आउट में विकम मिगेंदनी हम अनावस्ते का हफ्ता को फेशी के मियदा हमें
मसक फेट्टुमु अळबंडा फाहा कुरंगदी कमकी मिकमग डिमांड एक वरंग अवह मुदा गौमतक फोन ಬೇಣು ಫತಿ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಾಯತಕ ಫುರ್ಸತೆ ಉಳಿಗೆ ಮಿದಿಯೈ
ಕುರಿಯರಮುಂಗ ಅಂದ ಕುದಿ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಿತೋಗ ತಜ್ರಿಬಾಯ ಹುರಿ ಗೊಂಜ ಹುಂತ
ನೀ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರಿ ತೆರೆ ಬಣ್ಣ ಫಶಾಯಿರು ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಲೋ ವಜೀಫಾ ಕವಸ್ ದಮುಂಗ